Hi everyone, Mademoiselle Asphodel Carol here. I'm back with another project using once again a kit. This one is from Ooh La La Vintage Treasures on Facebook, and kits are just perfect for me right now. Since I had my back surgery, I can't get into the craft room and start rooting around for all the supplies that I need. So I get a kit, everything comes included, and I work with what's in the kit. So as I said, they're perfect for me. I worked with this kit and had all of this stuff left over. As you can see, the bag is quite full. I have all of these beads. There's trims, doodads and whatnots in this little bag, and fabrics and doilies, so still lots for me to work with. And this is from a previous kit. I had created a Tussie Mussie, and once again I have a ton of stuff left over, so lots more for me to play with and create beautiful things. So definitely worth it in my eyes. And this kit was a vintage paper bag book, and what I did is I covered the entire book with this piece of vintage fabric, covering front and back. It has a tatted doily here on the left, some beautiful vintage trim all the way around, and on to the front cover there's this pretty iridescent rosette trim here. Added a few buttons and a bling, a vintage bling that is Doreen's signature in all her kits. I created this flower using a chiffon trim and used this filigree piece for the center and a very ornate bead, and I think it turned out really pretty. Then in the kit was this pretty heart with the rhinestones all around. It came tied to this tulle bow, and it looked pretty as it was, so I left it that way. Also, this piece of vintage fabric was heavily beaded, came knotted this way, and I thought it looked pretty as well. It looked like a bow, so I just added it to the book as is. It adds to the charm. And speaking of charm, over here, added to a clip, is a piece that Doreen made to include in the kit. There's fabric on the bottom, same as the book. Tiny little millinery flowers. There's a few little applique flowers with bling centers. There's a bling crown. Some more appliques in the bottom there with what do you call them? Iridescent sequin. On the spine I created a dangle using all of the tiny trims that I had left once I was finished with the decorating of the book inside. And I have to tell you, out of all the beautiful vintage trims we always get, my absolute favorite are these teeny tiny ones. Is this not gorgeous? I love it. I also used some beads that came in the kit, this flat bead and this tiny little pearl bead here. And also I used a couple of extra beads from a previous kit, this beautiful pearl and another tiny little pearl, all fastened with the garment pin, and I love how it falls. So on the inside of the book, on this first page, I used one of the papers from the Stamperia collection. I added some of that fabric that I used to make the flower as a stopper. You can insert a photo or a journaling card there. There's some trim from a previous kit on the side, and as the belly band I used the trim that was included in this kit, but the tiny bows are from a previous kit. And there's a photo mat insert with you can definitely journal on the flip side. Over on this page I created pockets with this square doily that was included, and on the tag that was included I used some of that tiny trim as a pull at the top. It looks so pretty. There's some vintage trim from a previous kit, and there's a journaling spot, just tucks right in there. Some the tags came in this doily pocket, and it looks so pretty I decided to use it on the page as well. I just added a doily, and with a piece of fabric that was wrapped around a tiny bouquet, I made a bow, added a button at the center, and I think that looks really pretty as well. The base for this page is nice fabric, and I added some trim to the edge. I have a few tags that I inserted with fabric pulls. It's the fabrics from Tim Holtz that was included in the kit as well. So here's another photo mat and journaling spot that inserts here. And for the base of this page I used this big square doily that was included, and it's gorgeous. And down in the corner here I used this piece of trim, probably from a wedding gown. It's heavily beaded and sequined. It's very sparkly. I just love it. Perfect to tuck in another journaling spot. This flower is from a previous kit. It looks so pretty on this page. And once again on the right here I used the square doily to make a pocket and tag insert. And all of the papers here I used both sides because I could not decide which side to use. They were so pretty, so I just cut them and used both sides of the paper. Once again there's some of that vintage trim. And over on this page there's some trim from the kit, and the base is a piece of wallpaper, and I just love the texture that it gives. And in the corner here I cut a piece of doily and added a bling at the bottom, and perfect to tuck in a tag. And this piece at the top was from a previous kit. And over on the right side I used the dictionary paper to create another pocket. I added a pretty flower with a pearl and slide it in a tag. Just trim on the edges there. And this page has once again a photo mat and journaling spot. And these three little pennants were included in the kit, and I glued them together to create another pocket for a tag. This is the Tim Holtz fabric that I used as the base. I added a tiny flower here. Then the last page, once again I split both sides of the paper because I wanted to see both sides. This is a tuck spot for a tag. Added some tiny trim here. These two flowers at the edges are from a previous kit, as is this one at the bottom. I added a bling there and adds as a stopper for this beautiful tag. And that is it. That's the vintage paper bag album. I really love how it turned out, and Doreen puts together fabulous kits. If you're interested, check out her Facebook page. I'll leave a link below. So I really had a lot of fun playing with this kit. Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.